Alright, so let's try this again. What is this? Okay, so that works. It works much better than anticipated. What's going on, everybody? So, I'm going to drop this link in chat. I should be able to because it's me. Let's see, did it pop up? Live chat. Yeah, that's weird. I'm going to change. Switch account. Mace Valor. I want to drop this link for you guys real quick. So. I want to drop this link for you. All right, so Mace Valor says, there we go. So that link that you guys just saw, that's the link to the Kindle version of my book, Shelter. It's available for pre-order right now. So I want to say that first and foremost, kicking this bad boy off. All right, moving on from that. What happened and what are we doing moving forward? So, long story short, the Kickstarter campaign failed. Or at least it will. I think it's got like 5 days left before it ends. But it's on track to not nearly make enough money. Not even close. So, because of that, I'm presented with an interesting dilemma on how to proceed forward. Now, I understood relatively early on, noticing the trend of, when you look at the analytics of how much traffic you're getting and how much of that traffic are actually pledging to the campaign, using that information, I knew relatively early on this isn't going to work out the way I anticipated. So within 4 or 5 days of the campaign finishing, I had to have a contingency plan. Or 4 or 5 days after it launched, noticing that things just weren't going the way I had hoped it would, I enacted my contingency plan. So, what is my contingency plan? Well, I'm actually currently working on that as we speak. Currently working on that as we speak. Okay, so basically, well, I'm not working on it. It's already done. What am I talking about? So what happened is knowing that the Kickstarter wasn't gonna. Why am I rambling? What I did is I said, you know what? I want this book to be released. It's a lot to do on my own all at once, so this is the way we're gonna do it because it's actually a pretty sizable book. You don't really realize until you kind of start formatting it for print, and then you can see how the words are arranged on paper. That's when you see how long it's going to be. So I decided to cut it in half. So it's going to be Shelter Part 1, Shelter Part 2. Shelter Part 1, it's available for pre-order digitally right now. It's going to release on the 16th, my youngest son's birthday. The paperback, I have the proofs being printed, and they're going to be on their way. Those will be here on the 7th. I need to kind of go back and forth. It's like a week turnaround. So if I get the proofs back next week and I look at them and it's all good to go and we're like, yeah, this is perfect. And then I can submit the book off and we're good to go for the 23rd of November for that release date. But if that does not work, actually, I might release the book sooner, paperback. Because we do have Black Friday gearing up, so I do want my book higher on its ranking. I gotta check my calendar again. No. That is a week before Black Friday. What am I talking about? Yeah, 23rd is fine. That's plenty of time to do what I have to do to kind of get it in motion. But yeah, so that's if I got two rounds on the proofs. So the first round on the proofs, if everything's good, I can set it for its release date. If not, then I have to make the corrections, get more proofs to make sure that, hey, this is going to be good, and then we kind of go from there. So I ordered 2 copies of the proofs. A lot of authors when they do proofs, they order multiples. Um, I guess you only need one for its proof of concept, but you want several. Like I think at least 3 or 4 would have actually been good because you want to see how consistent is the printing on it. I just got 2 because I didn't want to go crazy with it. Didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on proofs, but so I bought 2 proofs, and those are going to be on their way relatively quickly. So I'm super pumped for that. Um, so we'll kind of see where it goes. So right now I'm kind of gearing up to promote. I'm so sorry. I'm gearing up to promote the Kindle version, which will link to the other one, the paperback. So the big thing is the paperback. I do want to push the paperback a lot more than the Kindle. The Kindle version is part of Kindle Select. It's available through their lending library, so you can read it for free through Kindle Unlimited. That is an option. Anyway, so if you guys got questions, comments, concerns, please give them to me. I'm going to take a couple minutes right now. I'm going to keep live streaming, but I'm going to take a couple minutes, kind of let people know. I've kind of made the announcement of, hey, the Kickstarter is going to fail. So preemptively, I finished editing, formatting, and everything with the book. So yeah, the Kickstarter is going to fail, but that doesn't matter because I've already taken care of everything on my own. Here you go. So I'm going to basically let my friends and family know that. So let's kind of get at it. Let's get at it. What do we got? Yeah, so questions, comments, concerns, please hit me. I'm just doing promotional stuff right now. So let me close out of that. Copy. And the link should be in chat still for the pre-order. What's this? Still thinking about this book. Oh, that's interesting. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I wonder if... Update on Shelter. No. The Kickstarter campaign is most likely going to fail. Yeah, just hit me with whatever you guys got. I'm just putting out announcements like all over the place. I don't know if you can rewind in the stream to kind of play catch up, but I kind of explained everything. Update on Shelter. The Kickstarter campaign is most likely going to fail. I saw this several. I saw this as right. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, so I put the link in chat. Shelter's available for pre-order. Oh shit! Hold on. People commenting on. Leave this page. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. It's all good. What's his book? I don't have $5 because the day that Shane dies. Yeah, I was butt cheeks. Yeah, I know that's it's a big deal that that palette came out. I've been following that whole thing. Um, yeah, it's been they sold out pretty quick. Um, the book, if you click here, I'll just put it up in chat again. It's I've explained this thing like five. Yeah, I heard the website was going like down and stuff. It was crazy. Um, they did have some pretty cool stuff. I mean, I'm a dude, so it's not like I could really be into it or anything. But I think, you know, because I was busy earlier sleeping and other things. But if it's like one of those things where I do know that some guys did buy it because not for personal use, just to like it's like something to have. Um, so there's the link. If you click on the link, it'll take you to the pre-sale page, and it'll actually it gives you the description. It gives you like the synopsis and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just so supporting Shane in this. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, and I thought the series was wonderful. I mean, yeah, I could sit here and be that guy and have like some pluses and minuses, pros and cons as critiquing the series as a whole. But I thought it was entertaining. I got entertainment value out of it. Okay. So no, but here's the cool thing though. If you're part of Kindle Unlimited, which they might actually have a trial period for that, it's I think it's in line with Amazon Prime and everything. You can get the book for free. You don't have to pay $5 for it. It's part of Kindle's lending library. So if you want and you do want to read the book, by all means, if you're a Kindle Unlimited user, or even if you just, I'm pretty sure there's a trial for it. Even if you use the trial, you can still get the book for free. So I would definitely encourage anyone that can't afford the book, but wants to read it. Definitely, that is a very viable option. Because I will still get a cut from it. Uh, it's it's a long it's based upon how many readers the way that I would get paid from it is it's based upon how many readers read the book and how many pages they read. So I couldn't get the big one, but I got the mini and the mirror. Yeah, it kind of sucks since before I was trying to get out of the line to check out and I got the last page. I forgot to hit submit. I lost my big palette. I'll get it next release though. Are they doing multiple releases? Because I thought that they were just doing the one. I know with the merchandise they only did one push. Because one of the big things was the pig backpack, which it's cute, it's a novelty, but I can't really see the practicality of it. Like round backpacks just make no sense to me from a practical standpoint. All right, let me finish. I got to respond in this post. I actually prefer to be. Let's see. Oh, that's dope. That's perfect. That's awesome, actually. Actually, I prefer. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. They did great. Props to them. I mean, you got to think about it. It's funny because there are some parts of the series that I kind of like early on when the conversations about money came up, and I kind of rolled my eyes. Like, there were some times where Shane made it seem like he was dirt poor. And I get the perspective. He was putting his own net worth in relation to larger YouTubers like Jeffree Star, for example, or other YouTubers that have certain merchandise and deals and stuff like this, other revenue ways. Shane has kind of always been the guy where he does have some T-shirts and stuff, but he doesn't have it set up in a way that's like some other people. He does it in a very print on demand set and forget fashion with like Teespring and stuff. That's how he's had his merchandise for years, the merchandise that he does have. But for the most part, he doesn't do a whole lot of sponsorships or anything like that. He basically survives off of YouTube ads. But on average, he's getting at least $50,000 from each and every video that he puts out. He said tons of debt and just got it. Oh, I believe it. I believe that you definitely get into a lot of debt. Yeah, so this whole makeup thing really, I think, propelled him forward a lot more, which, it's definitely this whole collaboration has been very beneficial for him as a content creator, which is really nice to see. But there are, yeah, like I said, there are some eye rolling moments because just the way that he presented money and wealth and stuff. Honey's a weird one because they don't pay a lot. It's they were talking about this on the official podcast. When you get a sponsorship through Honey, people follow the affiliate link, this, that, and the other. It doesn't necessarily pay a lot, and that's because the vast majority of people that actually use Honey, they don't use Honey for the deals offered by Honey. So the way it works, it's like a commission thing. So if I am a YouTuber that has an affiliation with Honey and a sponsorship, and I have that affiliate link, when you click on that affiliate link, for the rest of time, because I'm the one that brought you to Honey, um, all your purchases and stuff that are utilized with Honey and stuff, um, I get a commission off of that. But that's not how Honey works necessarily. Yeah, Honey has like their own deals where things are actually kind of brought and presented through Honey. The vast majority of people, I would say 99% of people that utilize Honey, they actually use it so that it's like they're already on Amazon and it kind of looks for codes, looks for deals, looks for something extra. And a lot of those things that are extra that gives you a better price on something, those aren't Honey affiliates. Those are separate entities. So that's kind of why, like, yeah, when someone's sponsored by Honey, they're not really making a whole lot of money because that's all based upon commission. And those commissions only come from a certain area that most people don't go to. Honey has saved me $0. I've tried something like Honey before. There was another one that came out before Honey. I can't remember the name of it, and there was I had the extension and I would be like looking at stuff online, and it would give me far better deals. Like it'd save me $10 here, $5 here, and it's on bigger ticket items. I would say it wasn't like I was buying something that cost $20. We're talking about something that cost maybe $100 or $200. Yeah, it would save me some money, but at the same time though, um, I would have to pay for shipping on top of it, from whatever website that it would take me to buy that item at the cheaper price. But I would have to pay for shipping. Also, it was like a week to 2 weeks for shipping for it to even ship to begin with. Well, if I pay $10 more on Amazon, my shipping's already covered. Plus, I get it within 2 days. I mean, so it's kind of like for my use case, it just never really seemed to work. Also, the downside is that these things only work on a desktop. I argued a macaroon in front of macaroon in front of this country is better than us. I don't know half of what you're saying, but about who claimed his country is better than ours. Well, what country though? Because Africa is just a continent. Oh, Canada's universal healthcare is fucking garbage. There's still private practices up there, but all the government run stuff is a fucking disaster. I have a much better lock on advertising for KDP as opposed to the Kickstarter. All right, well, okay, so let's go back here in Africa. Morocco in Africa. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's. I'm not gonna yell. Definitely not doing that. I wish you would actually come on the stream. I know that you two watch it together, which is so nice. But it'd be nice to like have that flow of dialogue with multiple people. Um, According to you, you said that he enjoys my ramblings. I wouldn't see why. Um, not none of the YouTube stuff. The Twitch stuff is way better. I will argue with anyone about anything. I mean, if the book does well enough, I'll get myself a decent setup. I mean, not anytime soon. We're talking within a year from now. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to go back to be able to stream the way it was before on Discord and everything. I don't know if you can hear it, but this is the same garbage computer I was using like a year ago. Well, no, you weren't even around for those streams then. Yeah, that's the broken fan in this thing. But it basically for my use case, it's taking care of business. Walks 13 miles a day. Works at an Amazon warehouse. And he walks to the Amazon warehouse to and fro. He doesn't have a vehicle. Didn't he move from some other part of the country or some shit? I'm trying to remember. I'm so bad I can't remember everyone's lives. Let's see. Tennessee. It's quite a trek. Okay, with the Kickstarter campaign near its end, let's see. No, at Amazon, he's walking around the warehouse with different dogs. Oh, okay, I feel you. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, you're walking while you're at work. Okay, you made it. Oh god, it seemed like something totally different. Okay, however, long story short, yeah. Let's see. Kindle version will be released in November, and the paperback is third. I have insomnia, though. I know that. I mentioned it a billion times. Though I don't have to be awake until 3 p.m., so I'm up. No comment. Saturday night or Monday night. Yeah, my schedule's all kind of fuckered up, so... Let's see, the Kindle version will be released in November, and the paperback is pending 3rd. Below is the link to pre-order the book. Pledge to the Kickstarter campaign. Please reach out to me. If you reach out to the Kickstarter, please reach out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You pledge to the Kickstarter campaign. Please reach out to me. Why is it doing that? Oh shit. Oh, damn it. Alright, whatever. I just... Sorry, I keep getting all weird. What in the hell? Tornado? Epstein did not kill himself. That's true. Politicians should wear a sponsored jacket like NASCAR drivers. I don't know who runs them. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through this again. Alright, I guess... I'm just... Oh, I need to switch that on Streamlabs too. Let me just plug this one more time. But... Okay. I'm just starting to add campaigns. There we go. Learn about how to view your advertising console. There we go. Let's go back to the inbox. What is this? So what is this? KDP. I wonder. Selected by the editors. Gotcha. Alright. Manage your campaign. Ba. Hey, we got some people coming up in here. John Doe. What is good with it? Got questions, comments, concerns? Let's talk. I'm right here just kind of going through prepping things up, this, that, and the other for the ebook. Chilling. That's what I'm talking about, brah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Just relaxing, maxing, chilling all cool and shooting some b-ball outside of school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in the neighborhood. Oh, from hand, dude, man, we could talk about that hand. So, have you worked on that platform? Because let me tell you, that is something else, man. That is something else. That is not worth it. I stopped. I did 4 jobs. So how did you feel about it? How did you feel overall about that experience? How negative was it in your eyes? I don't want to sit here and shit talk everything in the world. I'm like, oh, he's a negative Nancy. I'm just trying to be real, man. That shit is like, you know. Like, so I can't even go back on Handy because according to Handy, I owe them $130, $140. I had a bunch of Handy jobs set up, furniture assembly. This was a while back, but I had another job with a buddy of mine, and it was crazy. It was nuts. First 2 jobs went well, but I noticed clients taking advantage, moving boxes upstairs. Oh, like you got there and the shit was downstairs and they make you move it up. Like, it got to the point where I just said, forget about it, and I'll just do it anyway. Like, because every job I would go to, it doesn't matter if it was on TaskRabbit, it doesn't matter if it was on Handy. Like, I'd go to this IKEA job, which, the flat rate IKEA jobs for TaskRabbit, it specifically says when the customer orders that particular service, that the boxes have to be in the location. Because we don't get paid to move, we only get paid for assembly. And time and time again, I would say it's like a 50-50 split. Sometimes the boxes are right there, other times they aren't. The time the client book is not enough time. Oh yeah, and that's the thing is it'd be one thing if like on Handy if like the client booked, let's say 2 or 3 hours. And they had so much shit, it was actually like way more than that. Like, we're talking like we're gonna be here all day. This is like 6-7 hour job. So it would be a lot beneficial because according to Handy, if you just talk to the client in chat, you get a hold of a Handy representative, they can make that update. The problem is there is no Handy support. Yeah, exactly. It's so bullshit. There's no way to actually update anything. There isn't. Even when something like I had this happen to me, it was $100 job. It was supposed to be there for like several hours, and I get there because they ordered everything through Wayfair. So they ordered the handy service from Wayfair when they bought their furniture. So it was like a bundle thing. Well, when I get there, it was hard to find the place. Number one. Number two, I finally get there. The client leaves, and so her daughter's there, and her daughter's like 18 or whatever. And I'm like, I finished like the first thing I was supposed to build, which is a dresser. I was like, okay, so where's everything else? And they're like, well, one of the boxes hasn't even been delivered yet, and the other one says it was delivered, but it was never actually delivered here, so we're trying to find it. And I'm thinking to myself, and they're trying to like go through like the FedEx tracking and stuff and figure out what the hell happened, and it's a really, really big item. And they're like, well, it might be down at the at our apartment complex. It might be down at the front office because whoever delivered it could have left it there. And I was like, okay. It's like, well, can you go with me and check? And I was like, well, if it is there, there's not really much I can do because I'm not going to carry whatever this massive thing is. I think it was a bed frame. I'm not carrying a massive bed frame from all the way down there, all the way up here. Like on the other side. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it's like right outside the front door. No, this is like on the other side of the complex. And you want me to pick it up from there and carry it all the way back up your flight of stairs on the other side of the complex. It's not worth it. So, and I told her, no, we don't get paid for that. We just get paid for the assembly. So we don't do that. And so she called their office and it wasn't there anyway. And so they were trying to look for it, and I was trying to reach out to Handy to make an adjustment. There was no way for me to make an adjustment with support. There wasn't, because there was no support to actually contact. So everything had to be done through emails. And I just said to myself, I ain't got time for this. And I told them, you guys go and figure it out. I can't help you. I don't. If the stuff isn't here, there's nothing I can do about it. So just let Handy know on your end, because I can't. I have no way of getting a hold of them. If I were you, I'd recommend you guys use TaskRabbit, because this is crazy. And then I just filled out the invoice and fucking left. Let's see. They sent me to a retirement community today, and the client was not there. I just drove in there, fill out a report, saying it was not comfortable finding someone who has hearing problems. And I got $15. Yeah, dude, so, I mean, we can go back and forth for days, man. Handy is just garbage. I'm not looking for a deaf mother. Yeah, it's so, like, with TaskRabbit today, right? I had this IKEA job, and oh my god, that was butchered. So, and I wanted to do the job. It was a good paying job, but then I was writing the dude, right? So I'll use my my Kindle as like my phone. So I'm writing the client. I'm like, yo, man, what's going on? We're going back and forth. Or there is no back and forth. I'm writing him and he's not saying anything. I'm writing him, he's not saying anything. I'm writing him, he's not saying anything. And finally, it's like, well, I'm about to cancel on this dude if he doesn't say anything. I'm going to try and call him, because it was like a $140 job. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll do this, but I need to make sure that all those things are there. Plus, I can't even confirm the task unless we speak to each other in chat. So I call him, and I'm like, yo. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's happened to me, too, on Handy. So I was like, hey, man, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, so there's a problem. I have a reading disability. I don't know how to read. And I was like, it's the first thing that came to my mind is like, how the fuck do you not know how to read? It's 2019. Look at humanity in our current state. Most civilizations the world over, the literacy rate is, I mean, hey, it happens. It happens. Okay? It happens. All right? Some people, it just happens. I get it. So I'm like, okay, so I guess I'll walk you through this. I cannot confirm the task unless I can verify the stuff that you have is appropriate to what's on my list. And then he's like, okay, so what do you need? And I'm like, well, I need the article numbers. He's like, well, I'm not sure what those are. So long story short, we kind of go through, he gives me the article numbers, and nothing's right. Like, however this task was set up, none of it was right. And I told him, none of this stuff on my end or your end is correct. If you want me to do the job, you have to make those changes. It used to be we would talk in chat, the client would verify they want the changes done, and then we would talk to TaskRabbit support, and TaskRabbit would make the changes. Now that's not the case anymore. The way it works now is the client on their own has to go in and make those changes. They're kind of pushing off the any kind of help and support and responsibility from their own office to the client and the technician, which is really kind of a pain in the ass. So what ended up happening was I had to forfeit the job because he did not know how to make any of those changes. I mean, that's the same thing that happens with TaskRabbit as well. There are some IKEA jobs that take a lot longer. It's interesting because some IKEA jobs, it's like you'll be like and they don't update this shit. There are certain items that are just so fucked. Um, like there are Besta units, right? Every single Besta unit is under one specific category. It doesn't matter if it's like a large TV bench, and it doesn't matter if it's a tiny little cabinet. They're all booked at 1 hour apiece. And the problem is that they also include mounting at that same price. And we're talking mounting like low end or mounting like well high above close to the ceiling. And it's like, you want to pay me only $30 to do this mass, like that's like, it's unrealistic. It's not going to fucking happen. So the Kindle software is updating. This can take a few minutes. Yeah, unfortunately, there were some other things I was trying to do with my book today, but I clicked on something and it put it back into pre-order publishing for whatever reason. So I don't know what it is. So I gotta wait a few hours and then it'll update. It's fucking weird, man. I'm still trying to get the hang of all this, but let me. I'm gonna grab this link again. Copy. All right, let me catch back up and see what you said. Kind of, yeah. Also, clients should stay if they're in an apartment house or retirement home. The package needs to be moved upstairs, dude. I'm here, dude. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, like, Handy is just not worth it. If TaskRabbit's available where you are located, it is much more beneficial for you to pursue that than to ever mess around with Handy. Handy is just fucking garbage. Handy is fucking trash, dude. And it's like, we can sit here and talk about how bad it is or how fucked up it is, and it's like, we can't really blame the clients entirely. Like, the clients work within the limitations and bounds of the task of the platform set before them. So yeah, I mean, I can get pissed off at a client from Handy all day, but at the end of the day, man, there are limitations that they have to work with. Their website, their app, it's not very intuitive. When you're requesting a job, it's not the most straightforward thing in the world. So, I mean, that's if you are directly hiring through them. If not, if you're going like the Wayfair route or something, you don't even have an opportunity. Oh, dude, electrician, get on TaskRabbit. You'll make a killing. And if you've been doing it for 7 years, you could put that in your bio. I mean, I do light electrical, like outlets, light fixtures, ceiling fans, stuff like that. But if you're like hardcore know your electrical work, dude, you can make a killing. I make $45 an hour for electric on TaskRabbit. I mean, you're easily a journeyman, so you could be doing so much better. It's called TaskRabbit. I mean, you found my channel from the Handy Pro bullshit, dude. Check out my channel for all the TaskRabbit stuff. I mean, yeah, every platform, every single that's the one. Every single gig economy platform is going to have its pluses, its minuses. It's going to have its ups and its downs. I love TaskRabbit mainly because I compare it to all the other gig economy apps. It just so happens that TaskRabbit, from my use case, has been the most beneficial for my own personal success. Does it have some issues? Yeah, there are some things about TaskRabbit I wish they would improve. But when you compare it to Tackle, when you compare it to Handy, it's night and day, man. I make way more money with TaskRabbit than I ever did with Handy. And it's easier too. It's easier because you can actually communicate with the client before or after a job. When you get a job sent before you it's a request to hire. This person wants this work done. They've requested me to work for them. They list out a detailed description of what the job is. I can go into a conversation with them in the chat field, which you're supposed to do anyway. We can talk about the ins and outs of the jobs, what's required, what's needed, if there's anything extra, what are the obstacles or challenges, do we have to take things up, downstairs, etc. We can go into that all fucking day long with the client, and I love that. The fact that we can have a Discord with one another. So that would be my thing. If you're trying to do some money on the side, but you've got a wealth of experience in electrical work in your area, if TaskRabbit's available, sign up to become a tasker. When I started, I don't know if it's changed, but I think it's like a $25 background check fee. And then if you pass your background check, you get started as a tasker. It takes a while to kind of build your profile and everything. Commercial work is much bigger. Well, absolutely it is. And as a side job, the residential stuff obviously is going to be at a completely different pay scale. Let me think. I know. So if you're doing like bare bones, like new construction commercial grade work, I don't want to use the word it's easier, because it's fucking not. There's a lot of things that are involved electrically on a commercial level that has its own risks and challenges. The biggest thing about residential electrical is you're dealing with finished homes. I mean, if you're dealing with new construction, you have the bare bones skeleton. You have all this space to work with. The hardest part about residential electrical is you want to take care. It's like surgery, It's like you're trying to operate on this home as if it's a living being without destroying anything around it. But you've been doing this long enough where it should be no sweat off your back. I don't go beyond the wall. That's kind of my limitations. I'm not experienced enough in fishing fucking wire through fucking studs of drywall, Well, see, there you go. You're fine. I know how to patch drywall too, but I just don't want to be fucked with it. So yeah, I'll if it's an existing outlet, light fixture, ceiling fan, stuff like that. I don't do any new additions. So when someone says I want a ceiling fan in this room, by the way, it's not pre-wired. I'm not running wire. I'm not doing it. I'm not going up in an attic. I'm not splicing together a junction box or anything. I'm not cutting a hole. No, we're not doing all that. Okay. And that's just mainly for my own personal comfort level. If I were up in Washington with my mom and my sister and stuff, that'd be a totally different scenario. I wouldn't mind in that particular scenario to do all that. I wouldn't mind, because they work on home renovations. So in that particular scenario, that's kind of nature of the trade, and we're doing drywall work while we're there anyway. So I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just rambling. Let me see what we got here. All right. I'm just trying to do promotional stuff for my book right now, and old work sucks. Oh yeah. Shit, dude. There's so much more things I want to do for my book to set it up for the Kindle, but it won't let me because it's stuck in this pre-order publishing page. So I was on the pricing page and I clicked the wrong button, and so it resubmitted it for its pre-order publishing, which is like it was already submitted, so why is it doing it again? So I don't know, it's just stupid. You're looking at it. HVAC was bittersweet, man. I was very fascinated with the industry, but working residential was very rough because of the commission. You get it. When I worked at Calca, I got a 10% commission on my jobs, but that's all that I would make. It's so it was really hard. It was really hard to do that because I'm not the world's greatest salesman. I love working on non-ops. I love doing maintenances and stuff, but non-ops especially, like trying to find the problem here, but the way that residential's set up, it's like we want you to get in there, figure it out as quickly as you can, and get the hell out of there. If you can figure it out and if you figure out what's wrong, sell them on a replacement or this or a service, or it's all about sell. That's the thing about residential that I just ultimately didn't like, was that particular environment was all about, we need you to go from one job to the next, as like an average of 3 jobs at least in a day. We need to get you to these places, and we need you to make money. We need you to make money for the company. You have to be selling. If you want to make $100 a day, you need to sell $1,000 worth of stuff every single day. And it's like, how the hell am I supposed to be able to do this? You want me to go to someone's house that has a brand new unit that just wants it to be maintenanced and, for the first time, make sure everything's good. It's their first year of having it. And so you want me to go to their house, and then you want me to sell them like a UV bulb or some crazy shit like that? Or you want me to sell them a variable speed motor, or a HEPA filter, or an electronic filter or some, like, you want me to sell all this crazy shit? But what if the unit doesn't need it? And it's like, oh, trust me, every client, you just got to know how to talk to people. And it's like, oh, we're educating the customer. It's like, no, this is sales. You're not educating the customer. I mean, yeah, through, sales, like, there's a lot of things that I could sell to a client that, yeah, they might benefit from it. But 9 times out of 10, it's just extra shit that they really don't need, for their use case. I always would, I'm the nice guy, I guess, when it comes to sales. I'm an asshole every other part in the world, but when it comes to trying to get someone to spend their money, I'm a lot more pragmatic about it. I'm a lot more realistic. I try to find what their use case is, and based upon that use case, I give recommendations. I've had some clients that it's like, well, we're not really home very often during the day, so we kind of let the house just air out, and we don't really use the AC that much. It's like, okay, so why am I gonna sell this guy on some extra shit when he hardly ever fucking uses it? And it's like, oh, in the winter we actually have a fireplace, so we don't actually really even use mechanical and electrical prints. You mean schematics? Yeah, I can read electrical schematics pretty easy. It's not that, well, from a lot of the stuff that I've looked at, it's pretty simple. I know that there are some commercial and industrial level schematics, a little bit more complicated. It's the same concept, but their legend/key uses more extensive things that I'm just unfamiliar with. But residential stuff, especially with HVAC, I'm perfectly fine with. Tracing stuff on a board is relatively straightforward. The architectural blueprints of a building, or do you mean the architectural blueprints of electrical wiring? You're just giving that description to it? All right, where are my groups at? I need to find. I'm sorry. You've lost me now. Yes, I know how to read schematics. That's the answer to your question. Was there something else? It all comes in one book. All right, now you've officially lost me. All right, so this group. Come on. Leave group. Wow. Schematics are on the side of motors. All right. Okay, well, whatever word I'm using wrong, I'm sorry. All right, so when it comes to HVAC, I take the panel off of a furnace, and the wiring diagram is right there on the panel. I know how to read those pretty well. Is that your question? Sorry, it's just we're kind of going in circles, and I not a big fan of that. A full set of prints. All right, you know what? I have no idea. I'm at the point where I do not even know what you're talking about anymore. So I'm just gonna say no. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh no, I gotta turn this off. Okay, that's annoying. All right, there we go. Why is it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, let me put that there. All right, I need to turn this. Why can't I just? I'm gonna remove it because it's screwing up all of my stuff. From all trades. No, I can't read. No, I know HVAC, and HVAC also includes electrical. So why is it still popping up? Whatever. I'm just gonna ignore that. It's. I don't know. I thought I got rid of this extension, but like it's still active for some reason. Dystopian. My mic is low, by the way. It probably is. I had it turned down because if it's not turned down, then the only thing you guys will hear is this. Because the fan on that computer's busted, so. Oh my god, this is really starting to irritate me. Ugh. Dude. Hey Siri. Nope, Siri's not even working now. Great. I was spelling it fucking, oh my god. So according to Facebook, I'm spelling the word dystopian wrong. However, I just checked Google and I've been spelling it right this entire time. So, add to dictionary. Whatever. Ugh, so fucking dumb. Let's see. Why does it keep saying... I need to get this stupid extension removed. I thought I just removed it. Oh, that's dope diggity, dude. One of the biggest things on TaskRabbit that I do they classify it as electrical. The client does, not me. For me, I classify it as home repairs, which is a separate category from electrical. But clients want to choose electrical and pay me more just to come out and change the battery in their smoke alarm. So, whatever. Dystopian puzzle novel Shelter is now available for pre-order on Kindle. Alright, there we go. Let's just do that. So, And then this I will copy, so, and then I'll post. I was really hoping to try and get like some of the SEO, the tags and stuff done, but whatever I did on that page, it's not letting me do anything, so I just had to wait till tomorrow for that. So, in the meantime, I'm doing other things. So, dystopian. Alright, other groups. I know that I'm a part of a bunch of... Okay. Oh my god, this computer sucks. What is going on, everybody? And, okay, that's weird. Alright. So far, I have not lost with the Handy Pro. What do you mean by that? You haven't lost out on money? It's like a numbers game, man. It happens to everyone. Eventually, a situation's gonna come up where something will happen, and then Handy's gonna charge you for it. Oh, it's gonna happen. I've had this. There have been so many people that have said the exact same thing. They have come up, and then next thing you know, out of nowhere, just bam, nothing. Or bam, they get feed. It fucking sucks, dude. It really does. Why is every single... This is weird. Every single post is being pending. Oh, what were the fees for? I'm surprised you were able to even get a hold of someone. Cancels in the 40-hour window. Oh my god, come on. I just want to post. Why can't I just post? Oh, it takes you straight to the ad center, that's why. Fucking Facebook, man. There we go. Share now. I'm just gonna kill the stream. I got too much stuff to focus on here. But hey, thank you guys for dropping by. As always, I'm real so glorious and beloved Mace Valor signing off.